A bunch of you guys have asked for this. He's alive! He's alive! You guys have all been asking where Landon's truck's been. Well, it's been broke down. Landon's kind of got the short end of the stick here. He's got old junkyard motors that we've put in this thing time and time again, bad parts. The 6.0 that we put in his truck had 1 billion miles on it. And when we put it in, first started it, it was ticking, which we knew that was a time bomb. So what happened is normal LS stuff. The pickup for the oil pump has an O-ring in it. We think it's leaking there, which starved oil to the cam bearings, which makes them go out and the lifters go bad. So we're gonna tear this thing apart and we're gonna rebuild his motor start to finish. He'll have a good motor, and if he kills it then, it's his fault, not mine. We're gonna get going on this thing and gut it and see what we can do. A bunch of you guys have asked for this. You've asked for like an in-depth engine build video. This was an old motor that we put in Landon's truck. It was a junkyard motor. We didn't know anything about it. Had bad lifters, bad cam bearings. So we decided we were gonna do all of it when we pulled it out. So today, we're putting cam bearings in it. We got Durabonds going in it. So we'll put all those in. They go in a special order in a special place. You have to line up these little oil holes. We'll get that done and then ball hone it, throw pistons together, drop the crank in it. Hopefully today we'll have the bottom end pretty much all knocked out, and then Landon can change valve springs, throw a cam in it, back in this truck. Just that quick. So let's get going. All right, we're ball honing this thing, breaking all the glaze in it, putting stock size pistons back in it. We're just putting flat tops in it. Just basically, you can see the difference in the two cylinders here. This one glazes out, this one that's glazed up. We just want the new rings to seal. Doesn't take much, just a little bit, and fixes it. About like that. Be the best backyard overhaul we've done yet. This crank sat in here. We got a little rust on the crank. We're gonna take some fine emery cloth with some oil and just clean it up right here. And then we'll go finish assembling.
What are we doing, Land?
We are changing the valve springs because we have to for the cam I have. So
And putting valve seals in it.
And valve seals. Valve seals.
That one out.
Look at that thing. That's like butter.
Okay. Got her?
Turns good.
Good job.
Okay, we are officially done with the revalving the heads. Now we can move on to the
Got 'em done, huh?
end.
Yep.
All right, now we gotta press all the pistons off the rods. Let me show you the difference here. If you'll notice, the old piston has a dish in the top of it. New piston, flat, which ups compression, a little more horsepower. We should gain like 50 to 60 horse, I think, just by swapping pistons out. So the old pistons are, you heat them up and slide them in. The new ones have keepers that hold the wrist pin in. So we'll go over to the press all the old pistons off, and then come back and start assembling rings and start putting the bottom end together. All right, it's late. All my help left me. Girls, they gotta go chase girls. So basically I think I'll deal with pistons tomorrow and probably get this thing all bolted together. Gonna get a late start tomorrow, go and watch some basketball, but after that, we'll put this thing together and have it ready for Landon to put in next week. And this truck can get out of my new shop, and I can get Buggies in here, and we can get going on buggy stuff. Saturday afternoon, back from basketball, and we're building motor. So I got to push all these rods off the pistons because using new pistons, and the new pistons are floating wrist pins, so I don't have to really mess with much. So I'll take them in and show you what we do here. All right, we're in the old side of the shop because we need the press. Show you how this works. We already got a couple of them off. So LS motors are a little different than others. The rods are just different. You can tell which side is that little dot right there in the top of the piston. That faces forward. So we want to make sure that we get the piston back on the rod the right way. So I usually take a marker and I just mark it on the forward side, basically. Just then I know that that is the forward side and I don't have to worry about it. So I made this little piece, set the piston, sets on there like so, and then you just push the wrist pin out. So pretty easy. I'm a one-man band, so I had to get started. So that's what it looks like. All right, that's that. It's out. I'll do all the rest of them and then we'll go assemble. All right, I got all the pistons pushed off. Now we're gonna take all the new ones, put them on the rods, and put the rings on it. So pretty easy, and then we'll put them in the block. Pop Dar's here, he's coaching me here. So I got one done. So 3 different rings. You got your oil ring, top ring, second ring. So you just got to stack them in the right places, put them in here, and then we'll line them all up, oil them good, and stuff them in this motor. Basically got to pull the caps, put bearings in it, gap or spread the rings out, and put it together. All right, ring gap, go opposite sides with them. Okay. Little bit, just wanted to make sure it was nice and centered. A little bit of Molly assembly lube. We're gonna come back through and torque these, but for now, that's what they get. That ain't so shabby right there. That's what I want it for the next one. 3 and 4. I got the first piston setting in it, and then we'll put timing chain on it and an oil pan on it and button the bottom end up tonight, and that's probably all I'm gonna do today. And maybe tomorrow we'll put the heads on it and get it buttoned up. We'll see how I feel here in a minute. Pistons are all in it. It's looking good. Brandy new stuff down there, as you can see. So now I got to go through, torque all the rod bolts. Then I can put bolt the oil pump on the front, timing chain, windage tray, and oil pan pickup, and all that stuff can go on. And then the bottom end's buttoned up, and he can paint it, and we can assemble the rest. All right, I got the timing chain, timing marks lined up, oil pump is bolted on, bolt the front cover on, I put a new seal in it. We're whittling this down. All right, I think I've had it for the night. I can't find the dampener pulley. I don't know where Landon ended up putting it, but we got everything setting on here. It's all bolted in place. The new oil pan is there. The old one is here. I like the aftermarket ones a little better. They're shorter, doesn't get in the way of stuff. So we'll set it on here for tonight. When he figures out where he put his dampener pulley, we can put the dampener pulley on and then tighten the front cover, silicone so you have to silicone these little corners or they leak. So once the dampener pulley's centered, so there's no dowel pins in the front of this cover. So if you just tighten it down, this will leak. It'll wear it out and leak. So you want to put the dampener pulley on first, then tighten it down. So tomorrow I'll do that, and then he can paint it and we'll put his heads on it, and he's putting this motor in this week. So see if it runs. All right, it's morning. It's Monday morning. We're back at this. So Landon found his dampener pulley, wherever he put that. So we'll bolt it on, center this thing up, and glue the pan on, put some heads on it. All right, bottom is buttoned up, so we're rolling it over. He's razoring the top of this. We'll put it all together. Rocker arms, lifters, all that good stuff in it. He'll have it in this truck this afternoon, and we'll hear what it sounds like. So, pretty excited. We put a Truck Norris, a Brian Tooley Truck Norris cam in it, so we'll see what it sounds like. If we like it, we're probably gonna throw one in the FJ, the 4-door truck out back, because the torque curve that they have I like, so. And they have a little bit of throttle or idle chop, so we'll see what happens. Just doing a little torque to yield bolt, turning them the final degrees that they want. All right, we are to the point of priming the oil system here. We're just gonna go ahead and I've got this oil primer. We got 6 quarts of oil in it. Oh,
There it goes.
that was tight. We'll go ahead and prime this here oil system. All right, we've got oil going to it. We're gonna go ahead and spin this over. Get some oil coming through it. So this is pressurized. We put 100 pounds in it, and it's just pushing oil in currently, which goes through, pushes it through all the mains. It'll come out all the lifter or all the rocker arms. We'll see some oil. You can hear it.
I didn't hear oil.
Oh yeah, it's moving through it. We're pumping oil in it. Oil's starting to run down in there. Hasn't made her to the rocker arms yet. We might have to go get a little more pressure. It's definitely through the lifters. We got our first signs of oil coming out. We're getting oil, we'll have it. No time, we'll throw spark plugs in it and motor mounts on it. Back in the truck.
Well, my dad's not in here, but I'm painting my motor. It's gonna be that color right there. I got my heads all taped off. Everything important that I don't want painted. Wait, I forgot. Gotta get those. Okay, I got it. It's not the prettiest, but it'll be paint worthy.
Motor's all painted up. He wanted it orange. We are ready to bolt it in the truck, so we're gonna back the truck up. We'll get the tractor, set this thing in there, and get it all bolted up and hooked up. We got the tractor running. Motor's hanging. I'm gonna guide it in here. I'm gonna drive the tractor. Landon's doing the hard work. So I'll video from the back seat. First gear, low range. We'll see what we can do here. Nice and steady down. Okay, just gotta get those dowels lined up. And then I go get Hunter and Sean to help us down this. I'm forward. You can, it'd be better probably if you go.
Probably. You go in, you're in on this side, Landon.
I'm in on my side of the wall, man.
There you go. You're in on this side.
1,000 and the transmission bolts over there.
Let me lift the motor up. There you go. Right there.
Read it.
Tighten that.
At least I'm getting orange paint all over me.
Pull it out. Put this back on it. Yeah. Other side.
Where's the other bolts? I had to commandeer Sean and Hunter. We got it started, motor stabbed in, so we'll get the motor mount setting on it, and then Landon can go back to putting it together. Hopefully by tonight, we start this thing. All right, motor is setting home. It's in here, he's tightening bolts up currently. Then it'll be torque converter bolts, headers, and then we'll start with accessories, bolting all that stuff back on, and then we'll set his front clip on here, fire this thing up. Should be good to go, so. Motor's all back together. We're gonna hurry and have Sean and Hunter help us throw this front clip on real quick before they go home so that we can finish putting it together and fire it up, see what it sounds like. This one's kind of heavy up here in the front. Not too bad, but it's a little heavy. Okay, you gotta watch hoses. Did you get your bolts in?
Yep, bolts in.
Okay, remember you gotta run your tranny cooler lines down. Put them on. You still got some work to do. Landon's got pretty much everything hooked up, so let's fire it, dude. Go for it, crank it, let's see it. Sounds pretty good. Hey. We got an exhaust leak, but from the lifters.